AI sure is a dangerous subject to talk about today. So much, in fact, that if you even slightly defend the use of AI, you're banished to the Shadow Realm. Over the past couple of months or two, it seems like the machine, though, has slowly taken notice and slowly pulling back its use, such as Sora AI shutting down after Disney pulling its funding for OpenAI. Even when writing this very video, the new Xbox CEO announced that it was pulling back use of Copilot on their Xbox. And even the decision that led to today's video, the Oscars. If you don't follow the Oscars, they did their yearly changes to the rulebook, which included the inability for any AI performance to win an Oscar-winning performance. Additionally, in the acting category, only roles credited in the film's legal billing and demonstrably performed by humans with their consent will be considered eligible. Under Eligibility Rule 2, regarding generative artificial intelligence, the Academy reserves the right to request more information about the nature of the use in human authorship. It should go without saying that these are amazing changes. The Academy should always be rewarding the hard work done by humans, and not something Paramount generated in a minute. These rules are not only there to retain people in the industry being able to continue their work, but also retains the integrity of the art behind the medium itself, that's slowly being repaired after late 2000s slop. With that being said, I'm still going to defend Adrien Brody. During the 97th annual Oscars, Adrien Brody won an Oscar for actor in a leading role. And in Adrien Brody fashion, it didn't come without scrutiny. Both the director and the editor of this film had come out and admitted to using AI to enhance Adrien Brody's performance. And it went as well as you might think, that being it blew up in their face. Cries of outrage had spilled out that someone who had their performance enhanced by AI could be unfairly nominated for a film. And his later Oscar win didn't help out much either, and people have been arguing over this decision for over a year now. I honestly believe that the Academy inserted that second rule simply because of the fallout of that Adrien Brody backlash. Because when you actually look into how AI was used in the film, you come to realize that there's genuinely no reason for anyone to be upset. If you didn't know, the film was filmed in Hungary, with actors speaking English or with a Hungarian accent. Even though Adrien Brody has a Hungarian background, it's still quite a feat to pull off an accent that isn't your own. Even acclaimed actors like Denzel Washington and John Malkovich have a hard time pulling off convincing accents in their movies. My favorite recent example has to be Tom Hanks' performance as Colonel Tom Parker in the Elvis movie.
I'm not an uncaring man, Mr. Presley.
Don't you Mr. Presley me, you toad.
If you are so determined to get out of our contract,
You're goddamn right I want out.
well, I will personally loan you the money that you owe to Jim.
Attention.
I did all the promotion, the outdoor advertising, and he did the show on the stage.
So just to make clear, accents are some of the hardest acting actors can even pull off, even for the most talented in the industry. If you want to learn more, the YouTube channel Just an Observation made an entire video on the subject. The video is linked down below. The editor of the film, David Jensko, is actually a native Hungarian speaker. In his own words, he describes the language as extremely unique. Brady Corbett, the director of the film, actually did go on to say, Adrien and Felicity's performances are completely their own. They worked for months with the dialect coach Tarina Marshall to perfect their accents. Which David Jensko praised. However, they wanted the performances so good that not even locals would be able to spot the difference. David Jensko goes on to say, Tweaks were needed to enhance specific letters of their vocal sounds. If you're coming from the Anglo-Saxon world, certain sounds can be particularly hard to grasp. We first try to ADR these harder elements with the actors, then we try to ADR them completely with other actors, but that just didn't work, so we looked for other options on how to enhance it. Most of the Hungarian dialogue has a part of me talking in there. We were very careful about keeping their performances. It's mainly just replacing letters here and there. You could do this in Pro Tools yourself, but we had so much dialogue in Hungarian that we really needed to speed up the process, otherwise we'd still be in post. And speed up they did. Here's the rest of that quote from Brady Corbett. Innovative free speecher technology was used in Hungarian language dialogue and editing only, specifically to refine certain vowels and letters for accuracy. No English language was changed. This was a manual process done by our sound team and free speecher in post-production. The aim was to preserve the authenticity of Adrian and Felicity's performances in another language, not to replace or alter them, and done with the utmost respect for the craft. Did people get upset at auto-tune? I feel like this whole backlash could have been completely avoided if David Jansko and Brady Corbett had just used the term auto-tune rather than the use of AI. Because the term is likely to set a lot of people off no matter the context it was used in. Even in this situation where the production had worked with the dialect coach and had done some of the manual labor themselves, nobody's job was taken by simply using AI to fix single vowels. It had caused enough outrage to demand Adrian Brody give his Oscar back. Why? Nothing warrants this outrage at all. Do the people who are up in arms about this performance win even watch the movie? Do they even watch the other films in the categories? His strongest competition was Sebastian Stan that year for playing Donald Trump, which sure was a good performance for sure, but doesn't get anywhere near that amount of depth and emotion that Brody gave during his performance, AI or not. It could also be argued that the use of AI was unnecessary entirely, that if native speakers such as David Jansko thinks the accent was impressive, what exactly was the need of using AI at all? But from my perspective, it shows an appreciation for the work they're doing. I love paying attention to the final edit of a film, and if I can catch a mistake, probably not gonna let it go for a little while. The past couple of films this month have proven that, with the jarring pacing of the Mario Galaxy movie and its awkward line delivery, or just that entire Billie Jean sequence in Michael. A trailer for the Hershey movie came out, and, well, this happens in the trailer.
Candy is my obsession. I want to make a perfect product, Mr. Brenneman.
No one thought to fix that? Okay. It just shows that the people behind this movie care a lot about the fine details. It's a rare trait to have today. So, if I convince you today and you log on Twitter 3 years from now and somebody is still spreading slander on Adrian Brody's performance, send them this video to rightfully defend his honor. Or don't. I'm not defending that Oscar speech. That was horrible.